welcome back to the Unofficial Fan Lounge, the UFL fan podcast within the feed of this podcast uncalled for. My name is Mike Chernevsky, and I'm pleased to be back with you for week 2 of the 2026 UFL season. And I come to you with a couple of things before we get to the scores for this week, and one of them is the new uniforms and my rankings for the uniforms. So we're going to start with that. So number one, and this is coming from a St. Louis fan. Number 1 is Louisville. I think they're forest green, and the forest green and all that works really well, and along with the lime green for the numbers and all that, just looks like a solid uniform, and they get my number 1. Number 2, of course, I have to have St. Louis High. Not a whole lot of change to the uniform. I like the addition of the Gateway Arch on the sleeves with the sword and wings logo on the sleeves. I do like the wings. Now, I'm not a fan of the wings the last couple of seasons, but I am definitely a fan of these wings. Ideally, we'd like to see something closer to the 2020 XFL Battlehawk wings on the uni, but on a silver helmet, please. Because I do like the silver helmets with us. So that's number 2. Number 3 is DC. True, they got rid of the desert camo, the urban camo rather, on the helmets. I'm fine with that. Just a solid white going along with their solid red. Looks pretty good, I think. So number 3 is going to be DC. Number 4 is going to be Houston. I personally was a fan of their Texas theme as the Roughnecks with the Texas flag motif on the helmet. But this new Gambler look, first of all, thumbs up on the new logo for the Gamblers. And I like the combination of black, red, and gold. I think it works here, so it'll be cool to see on the field. Number 5 is going to be Birmingham, and with them they just swapped the helmet and jersey colors. So now we have a red helmet, which really does make that horse logo pop. I kind of like that, but now they have gold unis instead of red, but it's gold with the red lettering and everything. I'm fine with it, but if it ain't broke, and this is an example of I probably wouldn't have messed with it, but they did. So at least for 1 year, we'll have gold stallions. So maybe it'll grow on me, and everyone else. Number 6 is going to be Orlando, and they have the black unis with orange and purple trim, and I don't know about that. To be honest. To be completely honest with you, maybe it works, maybe it doesn't. So Orlando is going to be 6. 7 is Columbus. Sky blue helmet. I'm sorry, but I'm not a fan of sky blue. I think it's god-awful on a uni. Thankfully, they went with navy unis with sky blue lettering and trim and some red in there. But the helmets are sky blue, and that is god-awful and all that. So, unfortunately, Columbus, number 7. Number 8, of course, is Dallas. I was just talking about sky blue as a bad helmets color. Sky blue is just as bad on a jersey. Now, to their credit, they're going with black helmets for 26. So credit there, but can we? There needs to be a ban on sky blue being a primary uni color. I was never a fan of the old Houston Oiler unis, and despite being a baseball fan, I did not like powder blues on baseball teams. And I'm talking to you, Kansas City Royals. So yeah, 8 Dallas. Now we can talk about some rule changes that are happening this year. We've already, by the time you're hearing this, we've already seen 1 week of this, and we'll hopefully have our opinions about that. But here are some rules for 2026. Starting with field goals. So normally, field goal is 3 points. If the kicker hits a field goal of 60 yards or more, then it's going to be worth 4 points. So that's pretty cool. Certainly a difference. Feet in bounds when you catch the football. They are adopting the college rule, which is you only need 1 foot in bounds. In the NFL, you need 2 feet in bounds for the catch to be legal. And red zone penalties. I'll go and read this verbatim from the UFL website, theufl.com. The UFL will reinstitute the rule of half the distance to the goal for penalties committed in the red zone. So, the last 20 yards of the field for those unfamiliar with football. And we'll revert back to current NFL rules. The Tush Push is now banned in the UFL. For those unfamiliar, the Tush Push is a quarterback sneak with a little more force to it. So the quarterback, he takes the ball, and normally with a quarterback sneak, the quarterback takes the ball and runs with it, just head on, everything. With a Tush Push, it's the same thing, but he's got guys behind him pushing it. It's Tush Push. This particular variety of the quarterback sneak was popularized by recent Philadelphia Eagles teams, notably with Jason Kelsey as their center. And he claims that when Philly ran it, it worked 92% of the time. That's why fans of the New Heights podcast are called 92%ers. So that is now banned in the UFL, so you will not be seeing that play this year. Punting. There's no punting within the 50-yard line, so once the team crosses midfield, no punting allowed. All right. So now if the ball is on the 50, they can punt. But once the ball is made ready for play inside the 50, they can't punt. Even if a subsequent penalty or a loss of yards moves the ball back. So let's say it crosses midfield and there's a false start on the next play and it gets pushed back. At that point, they cannot punt. And they changed overtime rules. So overtime now, teams will alternate attempts from the 5. If after 3 attempts for each team the tie has not been broken, teams will alternate attempts until there is a winner. Home team will have the choice to go on offense or defense first, and a coin flip will be implemented in lieu of home team choice. So 3 attempts to try to break the score. PATs. So the first 2 seasons of the league, they went with you have to run play either from the 2 for 1 point, from the 5 for 2 points, or from the 10 for 3 points. So that tiered structure still exists, but they've changed it up. So Teams will have 3 scrimmage play options to elect their point after touchdown attempt, plus a new 1-point kick option. See, before this year, you couldn't kick for extra points. So now you can. So 1 point, kick it from 33 yards. 2 points, ball placed at the 2. So what used to be a 1-point play is now a 2-point play. And then the 3-point conversion is now placed at the 8-yard line. Coin toss, standard coin toss before start playing overtime. Okay. Then new kickoff rules. So they'll kick off from the 30. The kickoff team, everyone except the kicker, lines up at the at their opponent's 45. Previously, it had been the 40, and the receiving team will line up at their 40. So they've just been moved. So the lines have been moved upfield a bit. So landing zone will be the receiver's 20 to the goal line. The ball must reach the landing zone, or it will be spotted at the 40. Out of bounds, well, if the ball travels out of bounds, it will be spotted automatically at the 40. And the touchback spots, there will be 2 touchback spots, the 40-yard line for balls kicked into the end zone, and the 20 for balls that hits the landing zone and then enter the end zone. So yeah, that's all pretty cool and everything. So we'll take a little break, and then when we come back, we will review week 1 of the 2026 UFL season and make our picks for week 2. Alright, welcome back. So week 1 of the UFL season is now in the books. So let's take a look. So we start with Birmingham at Louisville. Stallions 15, Kings 13. Let's see. For Birmingham, Matt Corral, 208 yards, 1 touchdown passing. Snoop Connor, 16 rushes for 56 yards and a touchdown. And Jaden Mickens, 9 catches, 103 yards. For Louisville, Jason Bean led the team in both passing and rushing, so 226 yards, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. You need to work on that. And then 5 rushing attempts for 27 yards. And then Lucky Jackson, 6 catches for 73 yards and a touchdown. And I'm going to take moments with each of these games because there are halftime performances of notes with each of the home openers. And for Louisville, they opened with Russell Dickerson, a country pop guy, to perform their halftime. 14,034 showed up for this inaugural game for the Kings, which is amazing, as it is practically a sellout for that venue. So good job out of Louisville. So we're glad to have Louisville in the league. But there is a incident that happened at halftime. I guess the way this stadium's set up, they have the lounge next to the players' tunnel, and a few fans decided to boo and throw beverages on Birmingham players, and one specific player took exception to that. Dude, not cool. Remember what happened to Samson Nakua last year when he slapped a Ballhawk fan? So, not cool. Total yardage, Birmingham 319 and Louisville 266. Which is pretty good. So, good job out of the Stallions, and good job out of AJ McCarron, first career coaching win for our old QB. Next up is the DC Battlehawks game, which I saw the first half of, and it looked like DC was going to run away with it. But we came back. So Battlehawks 16, Defenders 10. Our stat leaders, will start with the Battlehawks. Brandon Silvers is now our QB. 198 yards passing with one touchdown. Jarvian Howard, leading rusher, 11 attempts for 45 yards. I remember this guy did admirably well spelling Jacob Sailors, who is now in the NFL. For those wondering where he went. And Gary Jennings Jr., one catch for 64 yards. That was one of the key takeaways I took away from what I saw was our guys weren't catching the ball. And we finished with 198 passing yards, 236 for the 236 total yards for the game. DC had 153 total yards in the game. So for DC, Jordan Ta'amu, 123 yards, 2 picks. And he got sacked 2.5 times by Pita Taumonapenu. Deion Jackson led the defenders with 17 rushing attempts for 57 yards and touchdown. And Seth Williams had 3 catches for 51 yards for DC. Our halftime entertainment was Nelly. It's getting hot in here. Right? I don't think I need to go much further than that. But we continue our domination in attendance. So 31,191 in attendance at the Dome on a somewhat cool Saturday. And also with the Cardinals and Blues also playing that day. So good job out of the Battlehawks. Good job, Ricky Prohl. First head coach win there. So good deal. Now we go to Houston at Dallas. Renegades 36. Gamblers 17. And this one was not even close. It was all Dallas the whole game through. And this is without Luis Perez starting. So your leaders in this game, Austin Reed filling in at quarterback for Dallas, 376 yards, 3 touchdowns. Lorenzo Lingard is your leading rusher with Dallas, 8 attempts for 36 yards. And Tyler Vaughns led the Renegades in catches with 7 catches, 144 yards, and a TD. On the Houston side of things, they clearly got dominated this game. We'll get to that in a sec. But Hunter Deckers wound up filling in for Nolan Henderson at QB because Henderson was playing like garbage. Deckers got 227 yards passing and also led the team in rushing with 3 rushes for 28 yards and TD. And John Trey Kirkland he was with San Antonio last year. 4 catches for 60 yards. Total yards, this tells the whole story here. 427 for Dallas, 284 for the Gamblers. Attendance was 8,870, which is not good, not which is not great. The venue holds 20,000, but I have learned that they got significant construction going on, which limits the capacity to 11,000. So in that context, this is fine. Right? And on a par with how the Renegades did attendance-wise the last couple of years. Although lots slower. And their halftime performer was Ty Myers. I guess he classifies as Southern Soul, which I guess is another word for country. And then Sunday night was the other two new teams, Columbus and Orlando. Did I say the attendance already for this? 8,870. So, doesn't sound good, but taking into context of all that construction I heard about, makes sense and still pretty decent. But the last game, of course, is Columbus at Orlando. So Storm 23, Aviators 16. And not even close. So for Orlando, Jack Plummer, 240 yards, 1 TD passing. Deshaun Corbin is your leading rusher, 15 attempts for 66 yards and 2 TDs. And Elijah Badger, 4 catches for 127 yards for Orlando. For Columbus, you had Jaden McClendon with 212 passing yards. Saquandre White is your leading rusher with three attempts for 48 yards and a touchdown. And Tay Martin leads the team's 7 catches for 86 yards. Yards-wise, it's pretty similar. Orlando, 356. Columbus, 315. Attendance at this game was 11,127, which is still pretty good. It's about the 10K average I would like to see with everyone that's not St. Louis. And their halftime show was DJ Khaled. So there you go, 2 country guys and 2 rap guys giving halftime performances at these games. And of course, good job to Coach Becht on his first win with Orlando. And I guess we'll find out soon what the viewership ratings are like, but I like the trend of the attendance, especially as opposed to last year when we had Memphis stinking up the joint. All right, for week 2 of the UFL season, happy Easter, by the way, for those who celebrate. We start with the Friday Nighter, DC at Columbus. Someone has to win this game because they made it impossible for ties to happen in the UFL. So both teams come in 0-1. Someone's got to win. DC, that even though we beat them, they are still the defending champs. So we edge towards the defending champs, and I will predict a DC win. Then we got Louisville playing Orlando. This is on Saturday. And don't get me wrong, Louisville played a close game against a really good Birmingham team. Can they do it 2 weeks in a row? We shall see, but I will give a slight edge to Orlando based on that week 1 result. Birmingham at Houston. This is a Sunday night game, so happy Easter Sunday. They're going to start late, and they will be on the NFL Network, which recently got acquired by ESPN. So it's an ESPN property that is Birmingham, close win over Louisville, and Houston, of course, got dominated by Dallas. So unless things change drastically this week, I will go with the Stallions to win this one. And then here's something that you will never see in high school, college, or the NFL. We have a Tuesday night game to finish the weekend, and that is St. Louis at Dallas. I'm inclined to say push here. Someone's got to win. Someone's got to lose. And it's my team in there. So I will actually play homer and say the Battlehawks walk out of there with their second win of the season. That said, Dallas has beaten us before. And I would tread lightly, just focus on getting stuff done, and just focus on just don't turn the ball over, and for the love of God, receivers catch the ball. All right, and we got 2 home openers this coming week at Columbus and Houston, and we already know who the performers are going to be for the halftime. So for Columbus, it's going to be Devin McGraw, who is another soul country guy. And for Houston, even though he's not seen as a Houstonian, again, I'm sensing the local tie thing here. But Houston has Ludacris playing halftime. So shout out to Bill O'Reilly. Want to throw you a curve? You mad because I'm a thief? Got away with words. I'm gonna sell my own beverage. Oh, calling your nerves. Pepsi is a new generation. Blow it out your ass. I love Ludacris, especially when he goes after Bill O'Reilly like that. You got my head. Some remind me. I know a little man. It was Bill O'Reilly. We'll do it live. All right. So that will wrap it up for week 2 of the Unofficial Fan Lounge for 2026. And we will be back for week 3. We'll recap a little bit of week 2, and we will preview week 3 as it so happens. So thank y'all for listening, and we'll talk again very soon.